In 1995, an ordinary American couple, regular employees, never won the lottery, never started a business, and without an MBA, had just one simple secret. They set up a financial system that made their money work automatically for them. When David Bach sat down to review their financial records, he discovered something astonishing. This couple had built over $1 million in their retirement accounts, while also owning a fully paid-off home. Even more surprising, they had never earned more than an average income. That story became the foundation for the book, The Automatic Millionaire. And its message is crystal clear. Wealth doesn't come from working harder. It comes from letting the system work for you. In today's video, you'll discover how to turn every paycheck into a wealth-building tool, without extreme discipline, without daily budgeting, and without needing to be a financial genius. If you're ready to begin your journey to becoming an automatic millionaire, stick around until the end of this video. And don't forget to hit like to support the channel, and follow so you never miss the books that can help you escape the cycle of money, work, debt, and move closer to financial freedom. Part 1. Starting with an ordinary story. David Bach begins his book with a surprising truth. You don't need to earn hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and you certainly don't need to win the lottery to become a millionaire. Real wealth actually comes from small habits, repeated consistently, and most importantly, automatically. He tells the story of an ordinary couple. They didn't have advanced degrees, they never earned a high salary, and they didn't inherit anything from their families. Yet by the time they retired, they had over $1 million in their accounts and a home that was completely paid off. Their secret wasn't luck. It was simply paying themselves first and letting the process run automatically. Bach realized something important. Most people intend to save or invest, but they rarely stick with it. The reason is simple. We get busy, we get tempted to spend, and very few of us can maintain financial discipline for decades. That's why, instead of relying on willpower, you should rely on a system. If money is automatically withdrawn each month to fund retirement, pay down debt, or invest, then you don't have to force yourself to make tough choices every time. It's already set up for you. Just imagine, if you saved only $5 a day, about $150 a month, and invested it consistently, in 30 years, that could grow to more than $150,000. Increase that to $500 a month, and after 30 years, you could be looking at nearly $700,000. This isn't magic, it's the power of compound interest and time. The beauty of this approach is that you don't need to make painful lifestyle changes. You just need to make one smart decision at the beginning. Set up a system that automatically directs your money where it needs to go. As Bach emphasizes, you don't need iron discipline. You just need to design your life so it automatically makes you wealthy. The message is simple, yet powerful. Wealth isn't a distant dream. It's the result of small, repeated decisions automated over time. And anyone can start today. Part 2. The Latte Factor. How small expenses kill big dreams. David Bach became famous for introducing the idea of the Latte Factor. His point is simple. It's not the big one-time expenses that stop you from becoming wealthy. It's the small, everyday habits that seem harmless. Think about it. You stop by a coffee shop every morning and grab a $5 latte. Doesn't feel like much, right? But in a year, that adds up to nearly $2,000. Over 10 years, it's $20,000. And that's not even counting what that money could become if you had invested it and let compound interest do its magic. In that case, the number could easily grow into tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Bach shares the story of a young office worker who always complained she could never save any money. But when he sat down with her and broke down her daily spending, from coffee runs to fast food to impulse cheap buys, he found she was spending more than $300 a month without realizing it. By simply changing those small habits, she could free up several $1,000s a year to invest. And over time, that would completely transform her financial future. The latte factor doesn't have to be coffee. For you, it might be ordering takeout every night, buying clothes you never wear, or upgrading your phone every year. These little expenses won't make you broke overnight, but they silently steal your chance to build long-term wealth. Now, Bach isn't saying you should live miserably or cut out every joy in life. His message is about awareness. Every dollar you spend today is a dollar you're taking away from your future self. When you prioritize what really matters and cut out what doesn't, you free up the resources to invest in the things that do matter, like freedom, security, and your biggest financial dreams. The lesson here is crystal clear. Wealth isn't always about earning more. It's often about spending less on things that don't truly matter. A daily coffee won't make you poor, but repeating that habit for 10, 20 years could cost you the chance to become a millionaire.
Part 3. Pay yourself first. David Bach calls this the golden rule of financial freedom. Pay yourself first. Many Americans work hard, but every time their paycheck comes in, they spend it all on rent, bills, credit cards, food, and other expenses. Only then do they think about saving, and usually there's nothing left. Bach points out that this habit keeps most people stuck in the financial hamster wheel. The solution is simple. Treat saving like a non-negotiable bill and pay it first the moment your paycheck arrives. For example, if someone earns $4,000 a month and automatically directs $400, 10%, into a 401k or IRA, over a few decades, they could accumulate over $1 million thanks to the power of compound interest and consistency. The key difference lies in one word: automatic. Bach emphasizes that if saving depends on your emotions, you'll always find a reason to delay. That's why you need to set it up so it happens without you even thinking about it. Today, it's easier than ever for Americans to do this. You can set up direct deposit through your employer, splitting your paycheck automatically. 90% into your spending account, 10% into savings or investments. Apps like Acorns or Chime let you round up your everyday purchases and stash the spare change into savings, turning a few dollars here and there into hundreds by the end of the year. Or you can use platforms like Fidelity, Vanguard, or Charles Schwab to schedule automatic monthly transfers into index funds, completely hands-off. Think of it this way. Instead of forcing yourself to be disciplined each month, you make saving automatic, just like your phone automatically deducts your Netflix subscription. The difference is, this bill doesn't take away from you, it gives you freedom in the future. Bach's message couldn't be clearer. If you don't pay yourself first, you'll always be paying someone else, the landlord, the bank, or the credit card company. But with just one click to set up automation today, you're already one step closer to becoming an automatic millionaire. Part 4. Automating your financial system. Letting money work for you. David Bach argues that financial freedom doesn't come from trying to be disciplined every single day. It comes from building a smart, automated system. The truth is, people are emotional. One day you plan to save, and the next day a new iPhone launches or a spontaneous vacation pops up, and suddenly your savings are gone. Bach's solution is simple. Remove the human factor from your finances by automating everything. That way, you don't have to remember, you don't have to argue with yourself. The system does it for you. Here's how it works. Automated saving. As we mentioned earlier, set up your paycheck to be split the moment it hits your account. Some for spending, some for saving, and some for investing. Automated bill pay. Schedule payments for your utilities, internet, and credit cards to be deducted automatically each month. This not only keeps you from missing due dates, but also protects your credit score. automated investing. Companies like Vanguard, Fidelity, and Charles Schwab let you schedule fixed investments, say $500 a month into an S&P 500 index fund. No matter if the market is up or down, you keep planting seeds, and over time, compound interest does the heavy lifting. Here's an example. Imagine setting up $300 to automatically flow into an investment fund each month. Over 30 years, that could grow to nearly $500,000 just by letting the system run on autopilot while you practically forget it's even happening. Today, Americans have countless tools to make this easy. Apps like Mint or NYAB, you need a budget, automatically track and allocate your money, while Acorns turns your spare change from everyday purchases into investment seeds. The beauty is, once the system is set up, you don't need willpower or motivation anymore. Bach calls this winning through laziness. You don't need to constantly make decisions. You set it up once, then let the system carry you. And that automation shields you from the most common mistakes: overspending, forgetting to save, or investing emotionally. The core message: the wealthy aren't super disciplined people. They're simply the ones who build systems that make their money work for them, automatically. Part 5. The power of compound interest and time, an investor's best friend. Albert Einstein once called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. If you understand and use it, you'll make money even while you sleep. But if you ignore it, time becomes your greatest enemy. Let's imagine you invest $300 a month into an index fund earning an average return of 7% per year. If you start at age 25, by 65 you'll have nearly $720,000. If you wait until age 35, by 65 you'll have only about $340,000. Same money invested, but delaying just 10 years costs you almost half your potential wealth. That's the incredible power and the harsh reality of time in investing. A real-life example: Chris Reining, an American computer engineer, started investing steadily when he was young. By age 37, thanks to the magic of compounding, he had built over $1 million and retired early to pursue his passions. No lottery ticket, no brilliant business idea, just starting early and letting time do the work. David Bach emphasizes this. You don't need to be a financial genius, and you don't need to predict the market. All you need is compound interest plus time. Your only job is to start as soon as possible and stay consistent. Think of your money like a young tree. At first, it doesn't provide much shade, but over the years, it grows, its roots deepen, and its branches spread. One day, it will give you protection, fruit, and security for your family. The most important message here: it doesn't matter how much you start with. What matters is that you start today.
Part 6. Housing and the long-term strategy, turning your home into a wealth machine. David Bach believes that one of the most important financial decisions any American can make is owning a home. Not just because it provides shelter and stability, but because it's one of the simplest and most reliable ways to build long-term wealth. Think about it. When you pay rent each month, that money disappears forever into your landlord's pocket. But when you pay a mortgage on your own home, you're not just paying off debt, you're also quietly building equity. And over time, homes usually rise in value, making you wealthier without extra effort. For example, a young couple in Texas bought their first home for $200,000. Instead of a 30-year mortgage, they chose a 15-year loan and committed to paying a little extra each month. After 15 years, they owned their home outright, debt-free, and its market value had risen to about $350,000. That means, on top of stable housing, they built more than $150,000 in net worth, something they never could have achieved if they had kept renting. Bach highlights a simple strategy. By paying just $100 extra toward your mortgage each month, you can shave years off your loan and save tens of thousands in interest. This is how you turn your home into a true wealth-building machine. In today's world, it's even easier. You can set up automatic payments through your bank or financial apps, so those extra contributions happen without you thinking about it. Once again, this ties back to the core philosophy of the book. Automate your finances so you can build wealth effortlessly. A home, when bought with a long-term plan and paid off smartly, is more than just a place to live. It's the foundation of financial freedom. It gives you stability, pride, and most importantly, a valuable asset that truly belongs to you. The message is clear. Stop renting forever. Become the owner of your own home as soon as you can, and let it become a lifelong wealth machine. Part 7. The Automatic Wealth Philosophy. The greatest strength in David Bach's message isn't just the financial tips, it's the life philosophy of automatic wealth. He insists that wealth doesn't come from luck, winning the lottery, or risky bets. It comes from building a smart system that makes your money work for you even when you're not paying attention. This principle sounds simple, but it goes against how most people live. Most of us follow the pattern of earn first, then maybe save later, and the result is that there's never anything left. Bach flips this around. Put saving, investing, and debt repayment first. Automate everything. That way, you don't have to rely on daily willpower or discipline. Imagine this. Every month, you don't need to remember to move money into savings, you don't stress about extra loan payments, and you don't obsess over every small expense. Everything is already set up, like switching on autopilot in a car. Then one day, 10, 20, 30 years later, you look back and realize you've built a massive fortune, almost without thinking about it. Millions of Americans already use systems like 401ks, IRAs, or Roth IRAs, where money is automatically deducted from their paychecks. They don't even think about it. But thanks to time and compound growth, those accounts keep growing. Many end up retiring as millionaires simply because they let the system do the work. The philosophy of automatic wealth is more than just a financial strategy. It's a way of life. It teaches you to focus on what truly matters instead of constantly stressing about money. It frees you from financial anxiety, so you can give more energy to your family, your career, and your dreams. It reminds you that wealth doesn't come from impulse. It comes from patience and a smart system working silently in the background. David Bach's final message is simple. You don't need to be a financial genius to become wealthy. You just need to set up the system once, switch it to automatic, and let time and consistency do the rest. So if you're searching for the path to financial freedom, remember, it's not about working harder, it's about working smarter and working automatically. Every day you delay is one more day further from your financial dream. But the moment you start automating, you'll be amazed at how your future opens up. The real question is, will you start today or will you wait for someday? If you found this video valuable, hit like to support the channel, subscribe for more life-changing book summaries, and share this video with someone who needs that push to begin their own journey to wealth.